Ashoka, popularly known as Ashoka the Great, was an Indian emperor of the Maurya Empire, son of Bindusara, who ruled almost the entire Indian subcontinent from c. 268 to 232 BCE. Ashoka promoted the spread of Buddhism across ancient Asia. Considered by many to be one of India's greatest emperors, Ashoka expanded Chandragupta's empire to reign over territory stretching from present-day Afghanistan in the west to present-day Bangladesh in the east. It covered the entire Indian subcontinent except for parts of present-day Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The empire's capital was Pataliputra in Magadha, present-day Patna, with provincial capitals at Takshashila and Ujjain. Ashoka, after the War of Kalinga, was upset with the bloodshed and vowed to never again wage a war of conquest. He patronized Buddhism during his reign. Ashoka waged a particularly destructive war against the state of Kalinga, which he conquered in about 260 BCE. According to an interpretation of his edicts, he converted to Buddhism after witnessing the mass deaths of the Kalinga War, which he had waged out of a desire for conquest and which reportedly directly resulted in more than 100,000 deaths and 150,000 deportations. He is remembered for erecting the Ashoka pillars and spreading his edicts, for sending Buddhist monks to Sri Lanka and Central Asia, and for establishing monuments marking several significant sites in the life of Gautama Buddha. The exact date of Ashoka's birth is not certain, as the extant contemporary Indian texts did not record such details. It is known that he lived in the 3rd century BCE, as his inscriptions mention several contemporary rulers whose dates are known with more certainty, such as Antiochus II Theos, Ptolemy II Philadelphus, Antigonus II Gonatas, Megas of Cyrene, and Alexander. Thus, Ashoka must have been born sometime in the late 4th century BC or early 3rd century BCE. According to the Sri Lankan texts Mahavamsa and the Dipavamsa, Ashoka ascended the throne 218 years after the death of Gautama Buddha and ruled for 37 years. The date of the Buddha's death is itself a matter of debate, and the North Indian tradition states that Ashoka ruled 100 years after the Buddha's death, which has led to further debates about the date. Assuming that the Sri Lankan tradition is correct, and assuming that the Buddha died in 483 BC, a date proposed by several scholars, Ashoka must have ascended the throne in 265 BCE. The Puranas state that Ashoka's father Bindusara reigned for 25 years, not 28 years as specified in the Sri Lankan tradition. If this is true, Ashoka's ascension can be dated 3 years earlier, to 268 BCE. Alternatively, if the Sri Lankan tradition is correct, but if we assume that the Buddha died in 486 BCE, Ashoka's ascension can be dated to 268 BCE. The Mahavamsa states that Ashoka consecrated himself as the king 4 years after becoming a sovereign. This interregnum can be explained assuming that he fought a war of succession with other sons of Bindusara during these 4 years. Ashokan capitals were highly realistic and used a characteristic polished finish, Mauryan polish, giving a shiny appearance to the stone surface. Lion capital of Ashoka, the capital of one of the pillars erected by Ashoka, features a carving of a spokewheel, known as the Ashoka chakra. This wheel represents the wheel of Dhamma set in motion by the Gautama Buddha, and appears on the flag of modern India. This capital also features sculptures of lions, which appear on the seal of India. This is the first ball of the King Ashoka, and don't forget to subscribe and like us. Thank you. See you in next video.